Hello, welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. So, we've been speculating about Vechain tracking COVID in China. Well, we don't really know about that yet, but Vechain is being used to track COVID in the Mediterranean, however. This is from the Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus, which Vechain did like some trial runs with some test runs with their I think ADT admittance software tracking. Now Vechain is going to do COVID-19 tracking, so it's moving into more and more of the hospital's functionality. Remember, there's more than one hospital in the Mediterranean region that's using Vechain. A second one signed up just a few months ago, and they actually want to use Vechain in a lot of their lab testing. And I do think that hospital will want to use the Vechain COVID-19 tracking as well as other hospitals in the area. So let's actually look at this. This is actually from Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus's homepage. Well, not homepage, but this is the news page of Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus. Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus, digital certificate concerning the vaccinations against COVID-19 via EH-Cert application. So the hospital announces personnel vaccinations. Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus would like to announce that 100 doctors and personnel of the hospital have received on January 4th, 2021, our first dose of COVID-19 vaccine. So the first batch of people have gotten it, obviously frontline emergency workers, as expected. This is a great step for return to normalcy. Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus also announces that 100 people received a digital certificate for their vaccination. So this is how they're going to track who's gotten vaccinated or not on their EH-Cert app, marking another step towards digital transformation of the healthcare industry via Vechain Thor blockchain. So they're using Vechain to transform into the digital era of their hospital. And this is the first 100 people that's being tracked with Vechain. Obviously, successive doses and successful shots will also be tracked with Vechain because that's basically like their entire digital system. So Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus, not only with some of their admittance stuff, but now with this vaccine tracking is completely dependent on Vechain. I'm sure the second hospital will actually follow. And I think more hospitals, once they see the successful use case of Vechain, will be more interested in tracking Vechain this way. I don't really know about the stuff within the United States because of all the security stuff. And I'm not really sure how much Vechain is going to penetrate the United States in terms of medical services, but at least in the Mediterranean, and Mediterranean Hospital of Cyprus is one of the biggest ones in the Mediterranean, at least in the Mediterranean, and then throughout Europe, I do think Vechain Tor blockchain will definitely be part of it. Now, obviously, COVID is horrible, but it has actually stunted Vechain's growth in some of the logistical supply chain stuff, but it's also kind of opened up a new market. COVID-19 tracking and also like vaccine tracking, disease tracking in another market. So I think overall in the long run, it definitely benefits Vechain. So this is like concrete proof that Vechain can actually be used to do COVID vaccine and disease tracking. And I think it'll see more uses in this area as people discover how easy it is. Some of the Vechain partners that have also used IBM said Vechain is actually easier to use because of toolchain, and it's much cheaper to integrate, which doesn't really surprise me all that much because like IBM is enterprise, Vechain's also enterprise, but IBM's infrastructure and everything is probably very hard to build up on, and maybe their support isn't quite as good because they have a lot of clients. Now, this is actually a very good step. Think about how many people need this vaccine. It's going to be worldwide, and just in the Mediterranean region, you're probably going to have tens, if not hundreds of millions of people. So I do expect more VTHO burn, and I don't think COVID vaccine is the only vaccine they're going to use it for. I think they're going to use Vechain Tor to track a lot of vaccinations and shots afterwards. So this is a great use case for Vechain, toolchain, and everything else. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.